Right folks, welcome back. It's a lovely sunny day up here. I don't know if you can see the sun shining. So I've not really done any filming through the day because it was a bit hectic. I have just done a film of what's going on, what we're building, and I'll drop that in now. You can have a look at what we're doing, drop us a comment, let us know what you think. Yeah, so I'm just really doing an intro to say all this was a bit rushed, so the filming's a bit itty-bitty. I'll piece it together and, you know, it's just an update of what's going on. Building work's come to a standstill up here, just not really got any help at the moment, so just working away, doing like the solar system, the off-grid stuff, and yeah, getting all that sorted. Right folks, so this is our old off-grid solar system. The Victron thing, that's the solar charge controller, that's worked fine. It's been here 5 years. That's a Chinese inverter. Probably the least said the better. It does work. You'll probably see it's flashing a fault. I've got the fans stripped out of it. The fans do work, but for some reason, I think it's a fault, like a sensor fault. So when you turn it on, the fans do work, then they stop, like they should do. But for some reason it's not sensing one of the fans, so I don't know whether I replace the fans or just give up on it. But this is a problem with buying cheap stuff off eBay, Amazon, Alibaba. It's crud. You know, it does work, but when it breaks like this, you can't get anybody to fix it. You know, I've been asking on Facebook if anybody knows what's wrong. One guy was pretty helpful, but again, there's no one to fix it, you know? See, when you get home and it's 9 o'clock at night on a Friday and the inverter's playing up, you've had a van impounded by Vosa, RAC have lost a van, and you've had a shitty week. This is the last thing you want to be dealing with. But I've got it back working. You'll probably see I've hacked it apart. I've got it working, we're getting power, but I don't know how long that'll last, probably not long. So we've spent all day today. Right, so like I was saying, we've spent all day on the new system. I've not just screwed everything to a board before anybody says. I've had to screw through the shed wall, because some of this kit is blooming heavy. So we've got a sheet of 18mm ply, we've got galvanised steel. I'm trying to do everything as tidy as possible this time. So we've got trunking, cut all the holes, so each solar array coming in. So this will be 12 solar panels coming into here on 4 strings. So it'll be 3 panels per string. So one array will then go into that Outback solar charge controller. The next set of 12 panels go into this one, so through there. So up the top we're having our DC voltages. So that's all the DC side, and down the bottom we're having the AC side. In the trunking, you should never put AC and DC cables together. It's something to do with electromagnetic fields, and it's the same with earthing. You're supposed to have one set of earth rods and one earthing system for your DC side, one earthing system for your AC side. So far, we've got our Outback gear up there. I've left room for expansion. We will put some more solar panels or maybe a wind turbine at some point. So DC cables are going to run down here. We'll have our fuses here. This is an Outback power inverter. My God, that's heavy. We've had to coach bolt it through the wall of the shed. It took 2 of us and it was a struggle. So the Outback inverter is doing the bothy, that's doing the dwelling. And this is a cheap Chinese inverter again. It's probably a bad decision buying that. But I've bought it. That's going to do the workshop and we'll see how long it lasts. I bought it because it's all I could afford at the time. It was about £800. It's 15 kilowatt. So hopefully we'll be able to weld off it, and because it's Chinese, I don't really care if I blow it up. If I blow it up, I blow it up. I do have another inverter, a Victron, that I bought off eBay very cheap, but the bracket's missing, so at the moment I can't hang it on the wall. I've got it stripped down because I was looking if I could pop a couple. Sorry, phone kept going there. People were trying to get hold of me. So yeah, I've got it stripped down. I was looking if I could drill a couple of holes through the back and bolt it into the shed. But there's just too many electronics up there. There's nowhere like to get a bolt. So if anybody knows where you can actually buy the mounting bracket for one of these, it'd be greatly appreciated. Oh, Psycho's trying to eat my lunch. Yeah, so we need a mounting bracket for that. When we do get the mounting bracket, I'll set that up there and it'll just be used as a spare part of the system. I'll probably just have it work in the camera system or something, just so the inverter's working. But the thing is, as you've just seen, our inverter's gone pop, and it went pop on a Friday night, 9 o'clock at night, you know, and we were without power. So this is why we've got multiple inverters. I know some people would say get one big inverter, but when that goes wrong and you have to send it for repair, you've got nothing else. So what we're going to do is make it so we can have like on-off switches. So if this inverter goes, I can turn onto this one and we still get power to the bother, you know. What you don't want to be when you're off grid is without power, because then you end up running a diesel generator, and you know, red diesel's what, 114 a litre just now. It's not a lot cheaper than white. But I don't know what people think of this, but you know, we're getting somewhere. I actually feel a bit better today for actually, you know, you feel like you're achieving something, getting the stuff up there and, you know, getting it built. And it's back working, but it's still got a fault light flashing. You can hear the fans are working and everything. It's Chinese, what can I say? Not a lot of information on the internet about these inverters, so if anybody knows how to, well, if anybody knows anybody that fixes them, I'm getting a bit fed up of it. Probably ain't gonna fix it again myself, but if anybody knows any more about these, drop it in the comments below. Right folks, so if you haven't done already, ring that little bell, subscribe to the YouTube channel, drop us a comment, and if you've got any questions, about the off-grid solar system, drop it in the comments or drop me a message. When I put the last video out about doing the insulated battery box, I did get quite a few messages on Facebook. I think I've replied to everybody. If I've not, I'm sorry about that, but I got loads of messages. There wasn't that many comments on the video, but I got inundated with people asking for help and advice with their own solar systems. So unfortunately, I can't really help everybody. I'm busy doing my own just now, and I work full time through the week, so I don't really have time to go out on jobs helping people build solar systems, but I will try and explain what we're doing so you can follow along and yeah, see how we're doing it. I'm not saying we're doing it right, but we're doing it from a practical point of view, on a budget, you know, a system that's going to be reliable and work for us. And the reason we're doing the system the way we're doing it is because we've learnt from experience. We had a system here that was very basic. We've had the new system, built 5-6 years ago, call it the new system now, but that's pretty much defunct. And now we're going on to a much bigger system, and it's just, we've learned from trial and error what works, what doesn't work, what we need to do, you know, where things fail, where the problems are. And, you know, this is the whole point of building this new solar system. So, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one.